Looking at the USD yen today, we can see that from last week we're looking at a new trend and for it to push into the 110 area, and that's exactly what's happened here as we pushed into the supply level at the 110 zone. So you can see how nicely it's moved from low up to high, and we had one last revisit there during the election period of time, but we're really looking for this move to happen here basically the first part of October, and then we saw, well, you guys can obviously see what's happened there with the elections pushing everything up into our 110 supply level that we've been looking at here for a few weeks now. Let's just put it that way. Now, overall, I think this move can continue all the way up into the 117 to 121 level, so we will see if that doesn't play out, but I wouldn't be surprised for a little retracement there. So looking at the daily time frame, again, you can see the elections and that one little uh, institutional buying out of the 101 level. Keep on going to the upside here as we push into the 114 level, and I think that's where we're going to see the little bounce to the downside, pushing into the 111 zone. So just have to wait patiently as this thing plays out. So looking to the upside here for the rest of the week, and then down to the 111 as we continue on here. But we'll just see how this thing all works out. It would be a nice little pullback to the downside, and that's really all that we need to capitalize on is buying and selling pullbacks in the direction of trend. So the 111 down to the 110 level really looks like a very interesting level to me. Moving over to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that we do have a little bit of resistance right here at the 113 zone, but I think we're going to move up into the 114 level. And again, obviously the 4-hour time frame and the daily time frame are coinciding at the 111 down to the 110 level. So uh, we might get a little bit of support and resistance kicking in here, but I think we're overall going to go up into the 114 level just because uh, that kind of seems like it would be a little bit of a stronger level in my mind. So, and then again down to the 111, giving us the lovely pullback in the direction of the trend. Looking at the big weekly time frame here on the pound dollar, you can see that we've been moving down nice and easily here. And it looks like we found a little bit of support here at the 123.03 level and possibly pushing up into the resistance level at the 129.15 zone, that nice little aqua zone. And it could give us a nice little pullback to the upside before pushing down even lower. As we move down into the daily time frame, you can see where we have this trend line drawn here. Now, we drew this trend line from over here off of these bounces of the trend line, if you will, and looks like over the past week here, it's done a nice job of bouncing off of that here again. So if we're looking for that bounce to the upside really to happen, if we can really move above this bottom of this zone here again at the 125.20 level, I could easily see us moving upwards into this big purple level that we have up there. However, if we aren't able to get above that zone, then I think we could go even lower. Okay, so this coming week's really going to be a deciding factor, but I could see us doing, like we've just had a few really nice bounces off of this zone, so hopefully that move to the upside in a bigger weekly pullback will happen before we get the push down. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, you can really see like we've really kind of gotten into this range type of play. And yes, we're at the bottom part of the range down here, but we're hitting off that trend line, and so it's been kind of an interesting area for all this price action to go down. But again, if we can break above this like purple zone right here, which coincides with the bottom of that daily zone, I think we could get a nice little pop up to the highs right around that 129 level, which is way up here. Like we don't even have a zone here in the past year because that level has been, well, it's just that old, okay? So if we can move and really break this purple level, I think we could move to the upside in a significant way, as it seems like this trend line is really holding price quite well. So this coming week, I'm looking for price to break to the upside, or if we really break below this pivot point here, then I think we would be going down and continuing even further down below the daily zone and the weekly demand zone. But I'm really looking for a breakout of the little range here that we find ourselves in.